didn't wait for Sam to invite him to kiss Gretchen. He was moving in. I'm glad that you're so enthusiastic to be married to my sister. So hello. If you don't know me, I'm Megan. I am Gretchen's big sister and her matron of honor. I'm glad that all of you could be here to help us celebrate this very important day. Because today Gretchen and Patrick have formed their own family and made themselves a unit of two. I think growing up we witnessed a lot of happy marriages. Marriages that we would describe as successful, not necessarily perfect, because what's perfect? But I think they showed us the type of marriages that we wanted for ourselves. My mother, who is sometimes quite wise, taught us that love is knowing and understanding who a person truly is and loving them and accepting them despite their flaws. And we also learned that complaining about those flaws on days when they're really annoying, while not essential to a happy marriage, certainly can help. I love you, Mom. Another thing that we've seen, and sorry, Dad. Another thing we've seen in the marriages of our parents and grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins, and friends is this. Make your joint happiness a priority. Stand up for each other. Make decisions together. Consider the other's perspective. Make the best of things. Let your anger go. Forgive. Move on. Focus on the positive things in your life rather than the imperfect, and make that contentment your bedrock. That might sound a little more rainbows and unicorn and sunshine and practical, but as I see it, it's being realistic and a trait more at home in our family than formed enthusiasm. And to impart something that I've learned in my own marriage, it's this: because life changes, people change, you will change, you will change. Make conversation a priority, whether it's sharing the details of your day over dinner, clearing the air in the middle of the night over a perceived hurt, making your needs known, or working through a compromise. Never let your spouse become strangers. Or maybe I just like to talk. It's true. If you know me, I like to talk. But those things can be really hard, and they require a lot of trust. So I'm glad that Gretchen has found in Patrick someone she's able to extend that trust to. Before I end, just a quick story. A couple of years ago, during a visit to our house, my husband, Scott, and I were holding hands and hugging and being lovey-dovey, etc. The kind of thing that we do frequently. And Gretchen told me that we were too disgustingly lovey-dovey. People so old. And we had been together for so long. And I laughed and told her that she should be so lucky to be so in love and affectionate after more than a decade with Patrick. So now, if everyone would, please join me in wishing the bride and groom congratulations on their marriage. And may they be so lucky to have a disgusting amount of love and affection for one another, no matter how many decades go by.
I've had a lot of different ideas, different thoughts, and especially in the last few weeks I've written and rewritten this speech about 1,000 times. I decided to throw it all away and go with one that I wrote several years ago. I couldn't tell you exactly how long ago it was, but I do remember very distinctly the day that I realized that Patrick and Gretchen were going to get married. It was, I think, the second or first year anniversary of theirs, and they took a trip somewhere. I don't even remember where. I just remember that Patrick left us with his car and its expired license plates. Yes, he did. Which is also the story of the first time I got pulled over, so thank you. But I remember thinking, when I asked, what's the occasion? And he said, it's our first year anniversary, or our second, that's whatever it was. I remember thinking, that can't be right. it can't have been more than a couple of months, right? Because after a few months, you start to get a little tired of each other, you get used to each other, you start to lose that little twinkle in your eyes every time you see each other, but they didn't. It was still there. And I thought, well, they still live in different states. Let's see what happens when they move in together. But then they did move in together, and they were still there, day after day. Every time I saw them together, they always had that same happy smile and twinkle in their eyes, like people who've been dating for 2 weeks. And to me, that's really how I knew that Patrick and Gretchen were going to be together forever. So, I'd like to propose a toast to Patrick and Gretchen being together forever.